Dana Schwartz, Marvel's She-Hulk writer, the woman who openly attacked South Park on social media, who attacked her own fans and attacked fans of many other things, and who compared men to Oscar the Damn Grouch, may be headed to work on Amazon's The Lord of the Rings TV series. And all that I can do is feel disappointment coursing through my veins, because even though we do not need any more Lord of the Rings content because what we have already is perfect in its own way, I'm a fan, and I am very greedy. I would love to see more Lord of the Rings and J.R.R. Tolkien content. I'm a greedy fan, but to hear that she could possibly even be within 100 feet of this series makes me worried. J.R.R. Tolkien's work is something that is so sacred to many people, and obviously myself as well. If a company is going to make a brand new project surrounding these amazing pieces of work, like Lord of the Rings, then it has to be perfection. You can't go into it half-assing it, and the series that Amazon is trying to do has already had quite a few problems, since apparently some time back they had actually fired the whole writing staff. They just decided to do away with them, which is an awful sign. And of course then the pandemic happened, which most likely put a lot of the project on halt. But now, through Twitter posts, we have seen that she could possibly be headed to this project. So I am referencing a couple of tweets that Geeky Candy Candice Marie had put together. Go and follow her on Twitter if you have not already. She had kind of condensed quite a few posts, but basically, Dana Schwartz, the She-Hulk writer, posted on Twitter, "The She-Hulk room ended, so if you happen to be a showrunner looking for a writer who makes jokes and writes books and knows a lot of historical fun facts, hit me up. Also, if you're an editor who needs a freelancer on a feature, I happen to be have a very low-key social life and a lot of free time at the moment." Well, she doesn't have a very low-key following, which yes, she does have a lot of fans, a lot of people do like her, but she has also gotten a lot of negative attention on social media, like I said, and I will warm you all up in a few moments with some of the things that she said. So after she tweeted that, she had gotten a response. I believe it was directly after she had posted this. Brian Cogman said, "Hi, yes, are your DMs open?" And then she replied with, "Just followed you." Now, if you don't know who Brian Cogman is, he is the writer and producer of the Lord of the Rings series for Amazon. He is one of the main figures in the project right now, especially since a lot of other people were booted from the project. So he's one of the main figures around the show right now. And he did also write and produce content for Game of Thrones. I believe he did 5, 6, 7 episodes of Game of Thrones, and he did help a lot with the series, so he's a pretty recognized figure in the industry, and that is why this seems so serious. It's not like we're just talking to a no one. It's not even like she's talking to one of the actors of the show. She is talking to one of the larger figures that is involved with the show currently. And of course, the post does go on to show his social media off that says Prime Video writer/producer for Lord of the Rings on Prime, consulting producer, Game of Thrones, writer/producer, once and future actor. So if you don't really know who Dana Schwartz is, at the beginning I had mentioned a couple of the things that she's done, but I wanted to bring up a Geek Getaway article that has all of her past actions really compiled in case you have no clue who she is at all, because she has said a lot of interesting things on social media. The link for this article will be down in the pinned comment, but I figured that we could go through just a couple of the many examples. So it says, in 2017, Dana wrote an article for GQ, and in this article article, Dana, of course, attacks PewDiePie's humor and just PewDiePie's actions. She openly celebrates PewDiePie getting dropped by Disney Maker Studio and having his second season of Scare PewDiePie canceled by YouTube. These actions are not punishment enough for Dana, as she laments that PewDiePie's fans will not abandon him. Of course they won't. PewDiePie is a huge figure in the media at this point, and even in 2017 he was. And then it says it must really burn her ass that he's still the biggest star on YouTube and just signed a fat contract with YouTube. I honestly doubt that it does, because she doesn't probably care about PewDiePie, and she probably doesn't care about him in general. It was probably just for the clicks. It's just probably because at the time PewDiePie was a huge topic, and they just put out another article on it. Continues with, if this was a one-off by Dana, I could let it slide. Well, we all say stupid shit every once in a while. However, she says stupid shit a lot more often than others. Starting with the tweet above that says, in retrospect, it seems impossible to overstate the cultural damage done by South Park, the show that portrayed earnestness as the only sin and taught that mockery is the ultimate inoculation against all criticism. Dana attacks South Park and its fans. There we go. That's one of her most infamous moments, is attacking South Park. I think that's what really got her social media presence boosted a couple of months back. And then, of course, she had went on to attack fans and attack people that were attacking her. And like all good faux victims, Dana turned her victimhood into a payday when she wrote an article for the Washington Post called, I Criticize South Park for Spawning a Generation of Trolls, and So the Trolls Came for Me. It's not really that you made an article about South Park with your opinions. I think that everyone here can agree that it's okay to have opinions. It's the way that you attack things, and it's the way that you present your topics. That's probably why you got attacked. And that's probably why the trolls came after you. In this article, Dana doubles down on her narrative that her being mocked is such a terrible thing, despite her mocking and insulting others on a daily basis with her parody account. Of course, Dana got over it really quickly and went back to insulting men on Twitter, and here she is comparing men to Oscar the Grouch, every straight relationship. You have Nicole Kidman, and then you have Oscar the freaking Grouch. As you guys can see, she's got a pretty big reputation on social media when it comes to attacking fans, attacking people in general that don't like her. She's made a lot of iffy statements on Twitter, so right now there is no confirmation that she will 100% be part of Lord of the Rings. She may as well not be. They could be talking about another project, but the fact of the matter is that she's now starting this business relationship with a very big name in the industry, so I personally really hope that she's not part of the project, because if she is, I doubt that she'll change her act in the way that she, you treats situations and the way that she treats fans. I personally don't want to see these types of people in our shows and in our media and running them, because then of course they get co-opted and there's always a narrative thrown into it. But that's all the news that we have right now. If there are any updates, make sure to follow me on Twitter so you can check them out. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like and share it, and subscribe to the channel if you are not already. And of course, if you did not enjoy this video, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, and I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.